We are one of the largest countries in the world, today one of the largest economies in the world. For us to be relying on production outside India is not an acceptable fact. We need to bring engineering into India. We need to make sure that we are self-reliant in whatever we do. For us, it's very important that we bring production back into India. And this what Prime Minister Modi has been doing for the last 10 plus years. And with Spain, I feel that all the criteria of Atmanirbhar Bharat, of transfer of technology, of Make in India, get satisfied when we are working with Spain.
How do you see the ongoing defense cooperation between India and Spain, sir?
Defense cooperation, at least in the last many years, has increased a lot. You have recently Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who visited India to inaugurate the Airbus factory for the C-295 aircraft, which is a very big deal. It's about 2.5 billion in its first phase, and we are looking at much more in the longer phase. But more important than that, it's a Make in India program. First, really top of the line Make in India program for the aerospace sector, where from more than 13,000 plus parts of a plane, we will make more than 90% of the parts in India. And also the assembly and the simulation, everything else will be done in India. So we have a lot happening on that. C-295 is not the only one. For a long time, Indra has been supplying missile systems, radar systems to India. We have Instalada. We have many other companies which have been supplying. And more than that, in the last 1 year that I have been here, we've increased Indian exports to Spain. I mean, from almost zero, we are now more than 1,000 crores. And so there is a lot of growing bilateral cooperation in defense between both countries, which we need to target, because from both sides we have not been dealing with each other for a long time, even though our private sector companies have been doing. It's time the defense ministries, the Navy, the Air Force, everybody got together to start working together. And the most important for me, because like I was telling somebody, any deal that we make, the transfer of technology, the ability to make in India, to have Atmanirbhar Bharat is extremely important. And for me, I see all the programs that we are doing in Spain is targeted towards that. I have not seen any other program with any other country where we are buying things, including from fighter jets to transport aircraft to anything, where such transfer of technology has taken place, this can take place. And the Navantia deal where we are standing here is a similar deal, where there will be very good transfer of technology, where you're looking at Atmanirbhar Bharat at its best, where you're looking at Made in India at its best. And so I'm very convinced that if we do this deal, it will be very good for us.
Sir, like India has had very good relations with a few countries in Europe, and we have had our experiences with them in the past also in field of defense. How do you see Spain as a partner for military requirements? And
it's a very good. See, first of all, we look at partners to bring technology into India to produce in India. Our long-term goal is that. We are one of the largest countries in the world, today one of the largest economies in the world. For us to be relying on production outside India is not an acceptable fact. We need to bring production into India. We need to bring engineering into India. We need to make sure that we are self-reliant in whatever we do. We are one of the few countries facing enemies on many borders. We have a area which we are not confident about how to be able to manage our defense relations with. And so for us, it's very important that we bring production back into India. And this, what Prime Minister Modi has been doing for the last 10 plus years, is something that we as ambassadors are working on. And with Spain, I feel that all the criteria of Atmanirbhar Bharat, of transfer of technology, of Make in India, get satisfied when we are working with Spain.
You said that exports have increased to from India to Spain have gone to 1,000 crores. Almost. Can you tell us what are the exports that we are?
Well, there are a lot of things, but things like explosives, small arms, technical devices, bulletproof jackets, many other things, including production systems into Airbus, into other systems which we are doing, spare parts for different things, accessories for different items. So there is a lot of thing that is happening, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Spain is today, if you look at the Australian Navy, almost a large part of the Australian Navy is Spanish ships. If you look at Norwegian, Turkish, Spanish are spreading their wings across the world, becoming a reliable supplier of products. But like I told you, we don't want them to be a reliable supplier. We want to be a reliable manufacturer of products in India. And so that's where I find Spain is the difference between Spain and any other country.